are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
The basketball postseason is just around the corner, and a very familiar name swims to the top at the Upper Peninsula Finals. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The boys' basketball brackets were released on Sunday, as the MHSAA boys' basketball tournament is set to start on Monday, February 26th. In each district, the top 2 teams, according to NPR, were placed on opposite sides of the draw, and the remaining teams were placed according to a random draw. Next Sunday, the 25th, the girls' bracket will be released. It's done the same way, with the top 2 teams in each district going on opposite sides of the bracket, and the girls' tournament begins March 4th. A great majority of tournament games will be available on the NFHS network. Just go to nfhsnetwork.com to search for your team's games. The finals for both the girls and boys will air live on Valley Sports Detroit. The boys' finals are Saturday, March 16th, with the girls 1 week later on March 23rd. Remember, the boys' tournament is first this year. Semifinals and finals will be played at the Byron Center in East Lansing. The defending champs on the boys' side are Detroit Cass Tech in D1, Ferndale in Division 2, Flint Beecher in Division 3, and Munising in D4. On the girls' side, it was Rockford in Division 1, Lansing Catholic in D2, Hemlock in Division 3, and Maple City Glen Lake in Division 4. For scores, updated brackets, and game times, please be sure to check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Madawan's Noah Van Lanningham. He scored a school record 40 in a game against Holt, making 9 triples in the process. The 40 points put him over 1,000 career points and made him Madawan's all-time leading scorer. Mason County Eastern's Clay Shoup. Clay poured in 55 points in a win over Manistee Catholic, breaking the school's single-game record. And to both the boys and girls bowling teams at Bay City John Glenn, each captured their 4th straight Bay County championship.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Director of Officiating Services, Sam Davis.
We're on the basketball court today, where a player fires up a shot that fails to make it to the basket. An air ball. But if he's able to catch the ball before anyone else touches it, is this a traveling violation? If not, what is the player able to do now? It is not traveling as long as the referee judges the first release of the ball as a shot attempt. After catching the shot, it's treated the same as grabbing an offensive rebound that hit the rim. The player can now restart his dribble, pass the ball, or shoot again. A shot attempt is a shot attempt, regardless of it hitting the rim or backboard.
Thanks, Sam. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register. With most winter sports just starting the postseason, there is one that's already in the record books. The UP Swimming and Diving held its finals at Marquette over the weekend, and the host school won titles on both the boys and girls side. The girls brought home their 5th title in 6 years and 28th overall. They finished first in 4 individual and 2 relay events. Grace Sobchak was a part of 4 of those wins. She was fastest in the 200-yard individual medley, the 500 freestyle, and was on the 200 medley and 400 freestyle relay teams. Gladstone was second, Ishpeming Westwood third. For the boys, similar story. Marquette finished first in 3 individual events and all 3 relays. It's their 5th straight title and 31st overall. Junior Trevor Crandall won the 50-yard freestyle and was on the winning 200 medley and 400 freestyle relay teams. Houghton finished second, Gladstone was third. For complete coverage from the pool in Marquette, be sure to go to MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
Back right nearest 4. Cam right nearest with 2. Turns to win. Yes! Cam right nearest. Grandville wins.
The ball is tipped, and there you are. You're running for your life. You're a shooting star, and all the years.
Inbound against the pressure, lobbed ahead over the timeline to Gable. Gable straight to the basket, elevates, slams it down over top of Orbaugh. Oh my goodness, that tomahawk jam over top of the defender. Up fake, leaning right elbow, skips the right corner to Watson, catching 2-3. Splash! Muskegon has taken the lead, 47-46. Justin Watson, another triple. He has 9, 138 in the third, and a big red lead. Line given on to Titus. Titus angles, pull-up shot for the lead. Good! Brady Titus, a scream to the heavens after he knocks it down. And the Hudsonville Eagles are state champions for the first time in school history. They mob at center court. Head coach Casey Glass, in his 12th season, has taken the Eagles to the mountaintop. They are state champions. And it's the ultimate revenge for Tri-Unity. Another state championship for Coach Keeler's squad. The defenders of Tri-Unity Christian. State champions in Division 4. 56-45 the final.
It's more than a contest. It's more than a race.
This is March on MTN. The district playoffs are here. What a wild season it's been, and it only amps up from here. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Aiden Lynch with me, young man from Hamilton, junior there, terrific young broadcaster. CT out for the week, so Aiden going to be filling in a little bit. First off, Aiden, I'll bring you right to the broadcast. We'll get right to it right here. Your excitement, it's March, it's the playoffs. This really is the best month, in my opinion, of high school sports this season.
Yeah, you get to take a look at all of these different teams that might not make it to the end, but you can see the potential there to possibly make it further, and the excitement of who's going to be in and who's going to be out is right there.
Absolutely, that is always what comes to the forefront. And tonight we open with an example of one of those games. 15-7, the Grandville Bulldogs finished third in the OK Red. On the other side in hosting this game, the Jenison Wildcats for a first-year head coach and Ernie Paez. It was a struggle this year for the Wildcats. 2-20 on the year, a lot of changing rotations, and this is the perfect example of a game where Grandville comes in the heavy prohibitive favorite. You have to be careful if you're the Bulldogs not to look ahead to East Kentwood, who is waiting for the winner of this game in the next round Wednesday at Byron Center. But of course, there's some talent here, this Jenison team. They have won a game within the OK Red against West Ottawa, and you never know what can happen in these playoff games.
Yeah, no, for sure. If I'm Grandville right now, I know that we're favored to win. However, don't go in there with the mentality of 2 and 20 something?
2-20, yes.
2-20. Don't go in with that mentality, because that's when you lose games. Go in there like you're down.
No, exactly. That's a great point. We got a lot more to get to here in our Centennial Securities pregame show. We'll get into some of the matchups, of course. These teams already have seen each other twice this year. Grandville winning both of those games. Both teams struggling a little bit down the stretch. Grandville right now in the middle of the lone time this season, where they've lost 3 out of 5 games on the year. So the Bulldogs, a tough schedule, swooning a little bit, looking to get back on track and looking to be on track in particular for the playoff run coming back. We'll be right back here with our MGN Radio Plus Game Center coverage and the Centennial Securities pregame show from Jenison. It's the district quarterfinal in District 7 here in Division 1 on game night.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
You can feel confident choosing Farmers, which means a black cat doesn't always spell bad news.
What about a gang of them?
Actually, a group of cats is called a clouder. Isn't that right, tough guy?
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
MGN, here's the driver. I am Chandler 2.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Michigan game night, tailgate report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do, at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Grandville, Wyoming. I think 6:30. We're on the air for that. Goodbye.
You like cartoons? This has our logo on the front, on the back. The Bulldogs, the biggest games, the best teams. That's our tagline, because we do all of that, even though it makes some people mad.
So I'm glad to see that after Tuckus came and went, that... Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
That things are... that things are still on track there. God. Jenison. Things that stand out. Davison is going to kick everyone's... Bleep that. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
Looking to this moving forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Let's talk a little bit more about Forest Hill Central, because when you... Waylon Haney just hit a half-court buzzer beater to win the game. At the buzzer, the JV game. Grandville wins 55-52.
Rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz Orthodontics smile of the game. Grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough back. Do you have any comments on the Trolls?
No. I mean, I'm with you.
You're friends with the Trolls? You are a troll?
Well, I have troll tendencies potentially when it comes to egging you on, I guess. But
your flight's at 5, or your?
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight. So
that sucks. So you're actually, that was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
yeah, no. If I'm at the airport at that time, I will be, but I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back, everyone. March on MGN here, game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Jarrett, Aiden Lynch joining me this evening. Grandville and Jenison here on game night, getting a little bit closer to our Radio Plus coverage of our first playoff action this year. Let's kind of dig into some of these matchups. Of course, teams have seen each other a couple of times already this year. Grandville winning both of the matchups in OK Red play. But let's start in the backcourt. Underclassmen in the backcourt. Of course, there's nothing better than having good guard play, but especially experienced senior guard play come March. So the next best thing is good underclassmen guard play and guys that are kind of growing into the role. Both these teams, Aiden, bring that. First off for Grandville, Carter Wade, the freshman guard. We've seen his ability to handle the basketball, very confident, very aggressive player. Pierce Ginzer, the sophomore, 5'7", a little undersized, but a terrific athlete, probably a quarterback going forward as well for the new staff at Jenison in years going ahead. But an interesting thing whenever you have underclassmen leading the offense on both sides in March, because it can be very good, can be very bad. It's always a little bit of a guessing game.
Well, it's one thing to get pulled up on these varsity teams as a sophomore or freshman. It shows you've got a little bit something there. But a next thing to lead your team as a guard, that's a whole step up, and it just goes to show how much talent each of these teams have in the underclassmen level.
Oh, for sure. And we've seen all year with both of these guys, especially Carter Wade here on our broadcast for Grandville. And the way the offense really has gotten changed, it's allowed Jackson DeYoung to play a lot better as the two guard playing off the ball. We've really talked about that all season long. In the post, you do have experience. You have seniors to both sides on the post. Of course, Cam Regner is 14 points per game on his way to Grand Valley State, probably the best post defender in West Michigan. The stories about Cam can go on and on, dominant inside and out. But Gage Chatfield, 6'4", nearly 250 pounds. He's going to play line next year at Grand Valley State, signed to play there. And against Grandville, both games, he did a decent time, had a decent time, easy for me to say, using some of his muscle to kind of work around Cam Regner and change the matchup a little bit. Chatfield's going to have to do a lot of that work, somehow bumping Cam out of the post, doing what they can also to draw Cam to the perimeter, because when he's at the basket swatting everything and scoring over top of everyone, it's really impossible to take down the Bulldogs. So Chatfield's got a huge matchup trying to find a way to slow down Cam Regner.
And another aspect of that is seeing how the refs are going to call that game. You have some refs that will call it and let it be a little more physical, and some that will call everything. So foul trouble is a big thing in the post tonight, and who's more physical is also an aspect.
Absolutely. Battle on the wings also very critical in this one. Grandville, Caden Neves, Colin Highborough, we've seen their ability to score and to play both ends of the floor all year. A Wildcats team, they're a little bit more undersized on the wing, really just have a lot of combo guards that are part of their lineup. Charlie Norton, very talented 6'2" junior. Jordan Snip, a good two-way senior. Crispin Slambrook can score the ball quite a bit as well. That's another big X factor. Is Jenison going to be a little bit outsized on the wing, going out against that great Grandville talent? We're going to have our eye there, because Grandville likes to score the basketball from the wing, and Jenison's going to have to find a way to defend there to make sure that they don't have to give too much attention to the wing and wind up allowing Grandville to have Regner that much more open.
If you're Jenison and you're on the wing here, you're going to want to take those shots and put them up quick. You can't take your time. You can't line it up. You got to be quick. Quick shots on that pass, and that'll give you a better chance against this Grandville team.
All right, a lot more still to get to here on our Centennial Securities pregame show. Talk a little bit more about the pace, the style of play each of these coaches may be breaking out. Last year, both these teams did advance on to the second round of district play, and they both had really, really strong contests. You actually were there for both those contests last year in the district semifinal games here on game night. They both had late game losses. It wound up being Grandville in triple overtime, and Jenison nearly completing a comeback against eventual district champion Hudsonville. So there are some things there in terms of the style of play, the pace that we'll talk about, all coming up right on the other side of this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on game night and the Centennial Securities pregame show.
The 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas, the point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back, everyone, here to Jenison. Nate Dreyer, Aiden Lynch with you here. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio and our Centennial Securities pregame show. Grandville, Jenison in a Division I, the District 7 quarterfinal here this evening. And Aiden, I kind of previewed right before we went away, the battle of pace is going to be so interesting. Grandville, kind of a mid-tempo team that in particular is a terrific defensive team. They give up less than 50 points per game on the season. They've only had 3 games this year where they gave up 60-plus points. Now, interestingly, they have given up 60-plus in 2 of their last 4. But a Grandville team that is very strong defensively. Jenison be giving up 60-plus points per game on the year. Also typically a mid-pace team, but they've, in the past, last year's playoff run with a different coaching staff, but some this year as well, they've gone to some zones, they've gone to some things mixing. Grandville, more of a traditional kind of grinding man-to-man type team defensively, offensively as well, working at that sort of tempo, that sort of style. So I think that sets things up. We're likely looking at Coach Paez and his team trying to find a little bit of some of those mismatches, some of those little strategic bells and whistles they can pull, versus Grandville typically playing things very straight up man-to-man.
Yeah, and another thing is we haven't seen it much in men's basketball lately until it comes to end game moments, but pressing, full court pressing, half court pressing, that's a big thing that used to be in the game that might not be there anymore. That also has something to do with pace. So depending on how close it gets, we could see some more pressing, bringing the pace down a little more.
Yeah, Jenison has been a team that has gone to a little bit of a 2-2-1 trap to slow things down in the past. Last year in particular, less this year. Actually, I will say during their warm-ups right now on the floor, they have actually been working on some different zone looks in their warm-ups. So there's a little bit of something to keep in the back of your mind, or potentially the zone coming out of the Wildcats. Granville, they've utilized some of the 1-2-2 or the 2-3 zone, but if they can play every possession grinding man-to-man, that's exactly what Coach Young always wants to see. All right, one last quick break. When we come back, we'll have keys to the game. We'll have Anthem, and we'll have the starting lineups as well down at the PA courtside. So all that coming up here from Jenison and Campster Gym. It's the first round of the playoffs, the district quarterfinal here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio.
do with some extra time. Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage. Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
All right, welcome back to Centennial Securities pregame show. Wrapping things up, getting a little bit closer, inside about a minute and a half away from tipping off Grandville and Jenison and tipping off March on MGN here on Game Night. Nate with you. And keys to the game, start with Jenison. This is true of really most teams that take on the Bulldogs, but they got to find a way to keep Cam Regnerus out of the paint. That's both sides of the ball.
Yeah, 100%. You get him in the paint, and it's game over. Things to think about is keeping him outside of the paint so he can block those shots, and you get easier two-point shots, as well as not allowing him to get easy two-point shots.
On their side, a very guard-oriented team offensively for Jenison. Of course, Chatfield does a lot of good work down low. Cameron Van also get the start, but for them, they want to score at the perimeter quite a bit. If Grandville, good man-to-man defensive team, if they can defend the perimeter the way they want to, that puts the Bulldogs, of course, in very good position.
Yeah, Grandville mostly has the paint secured for most of the games that we've seen this year. Jenison is going to have to make it happen from that three-point line. Grandville can easily shut that down.
All right, National Anthem just about on deck. Thanks for tuning into the Centennial Securities pregame show. It is March on MGN. I cannot wait to get it underway. Thanks, of course, always to Farmers Insurance along with Centennial Securities for presenting Game Night on Michigan Sports Radios. Both teams have finished up their warm-ups. They're getting ready for the anthem, and we now also will get ready to do the same. Send things on down courtside to the public address at Camstra Gym now, where we'll get the anthem, and then also we'll keep it down there for your player introductions and your starting lineups here tonight at Camstra Gym in Jenison. It's March on MGN. Let's rock and roll. Let's go courtside now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jenison High School and the way the Camstra Gymnasium for tonight's ball game. You're the Bulldogs of Grandville and you're the Jenison Wildcats. Now we please rise to honor our flag, our men and women in uniform, and the country in the singing of tonight's national anthem. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the starting lineup for tonight's ball game. Starting the card for the Grandville Bulldogs, number 1, Jackson DeYoung. Ladies and gentlemen, starting for your Jenison Wildcats, number 1, Pierce Grandville. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Grandville Bulldogs, number 3, Wayne Carter. Starting for Jenison Wildcats, number 3, Charlie Norton. Starting for the Bulldogs, number 5, Peyton Neves. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Jenison Wildcats, number 12, Chris Van Cameron. Starting for the Grandville Bulldogs, number 12, Cameron Ramirez. Starting for the Jenison Wildcats, number 24, Cameron Van Elk. Ladies and gentlemen, for your Grandville Bulldogs, number 33, Colin Highboy. And starting for your Jenison Wildcats, number 33, Gage Chatfield.
All right, starting lineups are set. Coach Desmond Young, Coach Ernie Paez will get their final words in. The Wildcats in the home white jerseys tonight. Numbers and lettering in green, trimmed in black. The Bulldogs in the traveling maroons. Numbers in gray, trimmed in black. Granville across the chest in script for the Bulldogs. The Dogs go, we'll call it left to right across your radio dial. Unique broadcast position here as we're on one of the baselines at Camstra Gym. Chatfield will step in for the tip against Cam Regneris. Give about 4 inches to Cam on this tip. 8 minutes up on the board. It is March on MGN. We're off. Regneris tips it straight on back to DeYoung. A right-hand pounding dribble goes to Carter Wade. Has a shooting sleeve in black down his left arm. Curls to the wing. Trying to drive by Van Slambrook. Baseline drive. Got free. Hangs in the air. Right hand finishes. Good for Wade. And a quick start for the Bulldogs as Carter Wade gets the first 2 of the game. Nice move right there, Aiden.
Yeah, great way to find that baseline and get it up quickly for that easy 2-point shot.
We talked about the underclassmen guards. Here's the other one. Ginzer feeding up to the top of the key to Chatfield, pulling Regneris to the perimeter. Chatfield off the drive, gave a shoulder, leaning shot, swatted by Regneris. Cam able to snag the board. Wade will reset the offense. 7:22 and less to go in the first. 2-0 Grandville. Jenison also going man-to-man right here off the start. Wade with a right-hand pounding dribble. Skips it right wing to Highboard. Jumped and stolen. Nice passing lane read by Charlie Norton. Weaves to the basket. Leaning layup short. Rebound Highboard. Now Grandville off and running. Highboard up the middle of the floor. Feeds corner. On to Neves. Right corner 3. On the way. Splash. Right down the hatch for Neves. And it's 5-0 Grandville. Quick start for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, great job by Cam to find that outside corner and get that easy 3-point shot up.
First minute gone. Right wing 3. Norton pull up. Triple. Off the front rim. No. Rebound snagged by Regneris. And he will get whistled for the first foul of the ball game as he commits that infraction on the fight for the ball. Down, actually check that. The foul is going to go on Carter Wade. That will be his first, and the first on the Bulldogs. 6:47 to go in the first. 5-0 Grandville. Quick start for the Dogs here in this one. Right side inbound. Ginzer skips it short right corner on to Chatfield. Turns the back on Regneris. Left-hand power dribble. Backs his way to the basket. Gave a shimmy. Up fake. Right-hand shot. Strong. But a foul on Regneris. That one will be his first. And Chatfield goes to the line. Right now, Gage Chatfield, a couple times we've seen it. He's backing down Cam. He is not afraid of the Grand Valley Bound senior. The fellow Grand Valley Bound senior, just a different sport.
Yeah, Regneris needs to look at that foul that just happened. If he would have kept his hands up, he wouldn't have been called there. But that little swat there that he did is what got him called.
First free throw good for Chatfield, and that's the first point of the ball game for the Wildcats. 6:41 to go. 2 fouls now on the Bulldogs. Jenison has not committed one yet. 3 dribbles at the line, bend to the knees, right-hand free throw. Chatfield able to hit that one right down the hatch pure. He goes 2 of 2 at the stripe, and the Wildcats are on the board at the middle of the floor. Carter Wade to run the offense. Jump pass, left wing to Regneris. Hands it off, back off for Wade. Works on the power dribble, or the pivot foot, I should say, around the screen. Drives to the basket, fouled on the floor just before he tried to fling up a 2-hand shot. Foul goes on Ginzer for the first of the ball game on the Wildcats. It'll be a baseline left inbound here for the Dogs. Standing on the I in Wildcats along that baseline. It will be Carter Wade to throw it in here. Wade Lobbing Regnerus up top, poked and stolen away by Vince Slambrook. Ahead to Chatfield, to the basket, leaning layup around Regnerus is no good, but the rebound poked out of bounds by a late arriving Caden Neves. Stays along the baseline with Jenison. Second steal. Bulldogs a little bit haphazard right now offensively.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised that Chatfield didn't get a foul call there, and it looked a little physical to me, but looks like they're going to give it to him.
6:21 to go. Right wing inbound here on to Charlie Norton. Feeds up top to Van Elst. Swung with two hands. Left wing to Ginzer, but off the ball. An offensive foul is called. Second on the Wildcats. 6:16 to go. Grandville takes it back over here in the first. That one is on Vince Slambrook for his first. Carter Wade, 3 in maroon, will run the offense here. He's got short maroon sleeves underneath that jersey today, and for the very first time, he's got a black shooting sleeve down the left arm. Curls around a screen, spins in the lane, hands it off for a cutting Neves. Evades Neves, stolen away by Ginzer, and then Ginzer has it poked away from behind by Neves, but it finds its way onto Vince Slambrook. Fakes a pass to the right, drives to the basket, left-hand shot, swatted by Regnerus. Grandville running the other way. Left corner, DeYoung, catch and shoot 3, right down the middle and good. Grandville defense and offense, and Jackson DeYoung knocks down the triple. 8-2 Grandville, 5:44 in the first.
Great job by Cam by getting that swat off that gave them that shot for the 3.
Ginzer defended here by DeYoung, top of the key, skips it over to Chatfield. Hits a cutting Vince Slambrook to the basket, leans around Caden Neves, and Vince Slambrook gets a left-hand finish good. And the Wildcats back on the board, 8-4 Grandville.
Yeah, we're seeing Jenison get really wide with their layups here, trying to get over that height disadvantage.
Up top, handoff, Hybor, stolen away off a mishandled pass by Norton. Takes it to the top of the key, launches a 3 off the connector, no good. Rebound, Hybor, pushes it all the way down the length of the floor for Regnerus. Paddled out of bounds by a late arriving Chatfield. We'll see our first substitution of the game out of the break. Here comes Connor Householder, the big 6'4" junior for Coach Paez, as it will be Chatfield taking a seat. But I think a somewhat unhappy Coach Young right now for Grandville, Aiden, with some of the haphazard passes out of his team.
Yeah, and I think he's thinking right now we should have way more points on the board, even though it's only been 2 minutes. We've been playing okay. Jenison's been playing worse. We need to get that up there.
Tough mid-range pull-up over top of a couple of defenders. No good for Caden Neves. Back the other way come the Wildcats. Van Elst in the left wing, directing some traffic. Drops it there for Ginzer around the screen. 4:50 and less to go in the first. Grandville by 4. Skip pass. Householder, top of the key. Works to pivot. Defended by Cam Regnerus. Throws a jump pass right corner onto Norton. Jabs around a screen. Feeds it back ahead of Householder. Out of his reach. Out of bounds. Try to set up that little screen and roll. Instead it's out, and Grandville takes over the 4:38 in the first. Second sub of the game. We'll see Jordan Snip, the senior two-way guard, come in for Pierce Ginzer.
Norton had a great thought there by trying to get that ball off. Just had a little miscommunication, a little overpass, and it's out of bounds.
All right, Carter Wade will run the offense here for Grandville. The freshman got the first points of the ball game. The Dogs lead it here by 4. 4.5 to go in the first. Wade, top of the key, drives on Snip, straight to the basket, leaning right-hand shot, rolls out, no good, but a foul is called. Third on the Wildcats. That sends Wade back to the line. I really like what Carter Wade's doing right now, off the bounce, attacking the basket. He's gotten a basket already. Here gives the foul pick up to Van Elst. Good start to the game out of the freshman, looking confident.
I think he's kind of picked up on the fact that Jenison is playing very physical right now. If he can get up and draw that foul, he'll be seen at the line multiple times to come tonight.
First one good for Wade. He ties Neves and DeYoung with Grandville's leading scoring mark, all with 3 right now, and a 9-4 lead. One more at the line for the freshman. Bends the knees, right hand in front of the face, free throw. That one splashes down as well, and it's a 10-4 lead for the Bulldogs. 4:20 and less to go. Hornstedt being called out with a left-hand dribble over the timeline by Charlie Norton. Stands right in front of the timeline, defended by Cowan Hybor. Norton gets things set. Screen top of the key from Householder. Drives to the right. Feeds right corner Vince Slambrook. Steps around the defender. Nice handoff to the basket. Householder swatted by Regnerus. Back the other way comes Wade. Driving to the basket. Lost his footing and got fouled out of bounds by Van Elst at the end of the play. But Cam Regnerus with an emphatic rejection right there. Fourth foul of the game on the Wildcats. 4 minutes to go. DeYoung takes a seat. Here comes Corbin Heckman for the Bulldogs, as that was foul 2 on Van Elst. But how about Cam Regnerus with that one?
Yeah, that was a great block and a way to go to number 3, Wade. Getting that ball, we were just talking about how confident he was playing. He drew that foul, and it helped him out.
Right corner triple off the mark, short from Caden Neves, and back the other way, it will be Norton to run the offense.
throws left wing on a Snip. Jabs, picked up defensively here by Wade. Drops there for Vince Slambrook, top of the key. Throws an errant pass that is run back to in the right wing by Norton. Norton picking up a different defender, that's Regnerus. Feeds inside to Householder, all alone in the paint. Shuffle the feet, travel not called, turn shot. Rejected and tipped by Regnerus on its way to the basket. Saved inbounds by Householder into Norton. Mid-range teardrop strong. Board down to a running Corbin Heckman. 3.5 to go in the first. On to DeYoung left wing. Reaching past left block Regnerus. Regnerus turns, jump stop, leaning, and is fouled on the floor by a reaching Wildcat from behind. I think they're going to get Vince Slambrook. No, they're going to get Charlie Norton on this one. That is the 5th foul on the Wildcats, and it will send Cam Regnerus to the line. Like you said, a very handsy and aggressive Jenison defense right now, and Grandville taking advantage.
And looking down below, I think Regnerus has got Jenison a little scared. With how many blocks he's already had at the start of the game, I am so surprised that Householder did not put that up right away.
Regnerus airballs the first at the line. And he's doing some talking right now after as well. Not happy with something going on at the stripe. Also, he's shaking off that right wrist. So something happened at the end of that play for Regnerus, a little bit of a collision. And he's struggling with the right hand and the right wrist right now.
Yeah, I think I missed it. I hear crowd is pretty amped up about that one.
Xander Sorokin in for the Bulldogs. Second free throw, Regnerus able to get the rattle on that one. First point of the game for Cam Regnerus, but we certainly will keep our eye on that potential wrist situation. He continues to shake it out underneath the basket. Householder, top of the key right here. Leaning pass on to the cutting Jordan Snip. Reverse layup is good for Snip. Nice pass right there from the big guy to hit the cutting guard. 11-6 ball game.
Great job by Snip by getting that pass in his hands. He almost had trouble for a little bit. He got it up and put it in.
Spin move to the basket. Neves has it poked away on to Regnerus. Tries to jam it through a couple of defenders. That gets blocked away as well. Ginzer and the Wildcats are running up the floor. He'll reset the offense. The sophomore gets picked up defensively by Sorokin. Householder, right wing, I should say, on the drive. Feeds it on to a cutting Norton. Reverse layup with some space is good for Norton. And a little bit of a run back right here for the Wildcats. They're down just 3 now with 2.5 to go in the first.
Householder's got great eyes there. 2 passes in a row by him that are just right on point, getting them points.
Whistle here on the Wildcats once again defensively. He's going to send Cam Regnerus back to the stripe. This is the 6th one on the team in the quarter, and that is going to be the first on Connor Householder. 2:30 exactly to go in the first. And before he gets ready to shoot at the line, Cam Regnerus continues to kind of feel out that right wrist and right hand. He's been really struggling with it. That one off the mark to the right for Cam. Jenison crowd starting to get into it as well. Boston Postman for Grandville. Gage Chatfield back in for the Wildcats.
If I'm Grandville, I'm kind of thinking about getting Regnerus out, trying to get him a sub quick, figure out what's wrong with his hand, and get it fixed as soon as possible.
Second one for Cam, no good off the right side of the rim. Missed them both. Now one of his last 4 at the stripe. Weaving up the floor, Charlie Norton, top of the key. Feeds right corner to Snip. Snip leans a pass right elbow onto a backing Chatfield. Gave a fake, drives on Cam. Right hand shot blocked by Regnerus. Rebound, put back, Chatfield good. Jenison within 1 with a nice little run back right here. Chatfield now with 4. 2 minutes to go in the first.
They've got all of it on their side right now, and you can see it by that Jenison team.
Behind the back dribble, Xander Sorokin pressured, puts it off his knee and out of bounds. Jenison down just a point, just a 2-win team in the regular season, looking to pull the upset on their home floor. They're down a point, 2 minutes to go in the first. Ginzer to run the offense.
Momentum is a huge thing in this game right now, and Jenison's got all of it.
Up top, Chatfield drops it off for Vince Slambrook with a left-hand dribble. Leaning back across the floor to the right. Feeds with 2 hands, right corner to Ginzer. Onto a sprinting Jordan Snip right wing. To the top of the key for Chatfield. Holds the ball low. Working the pivot foot. Defended by Cam Regnerus with 1:40 and less in the first. He'll drop it in front of the timeline for Ginzer. Feeds to Snip. Angle drive. Cut off left elbow. And throws it all the way into the Grandville student section in the right corner out of bounds. Bulldogs will take back over the 134 and a 1-point lead in the first.
And that pass right there might bring down the momentum a little bit. You can see how fast they can gain it and how fast it can leave.
Xander Sorokin running the offense, top of the key, drops it for Colin Highbor. Highbor lobs one down low for Regnerus, stolen away by Chatfield. Behind the defense to Ginzer, to the basket, left-hand layup is good, and Jenison leads it. Pierce Ginzer, first points of the ball game, defense into offense.
Momentum, I'm telling you right now, first lead of the night, Jenison is just getting started.
Right wing, Boston Postma, defended by Snip, feeds left wing onto Cam Regnerus. Regnerus, crossover dribble, left elbow. Banging bodies towards the basket, lost the handle. Regathers along the baseline, has it tipped, got it back. Left corner, catch and shoot three. Heckman, high arcing shot is short. Rebound to Ginzer. Off and running with 52 seconds. Stops left wing with it.
Yeah, Jenison looks like they want to go fast, but then right when they're going fast, they're going to stop it, regain, regroup.
Ginzer will back things out for a second time and reset the offense. Skip pass, Chatfield top of the key. Drives on Regnerus, stop, ball fake, travel. You see the motion right there from Aiden. Shuffle in the lane. It'll go back the other way with 36 seconds to go in the first. 12-11 Jenison. A bit of a surprise right here to start things at Camster Gym on March and MGN.
Yeah, Householder, he had it because, Chatfield, he had it because there's that little bit of hesitation from him that got him.
Boston Postma left wing, curling to the right elbow with the ball, takes it back right wing, left-hand feed to the left wing for Cam Regnerus. He'll drop it on the curl for Sorokin with 20. Pull-up shot, free throw line for the lead, rattles out, rebound by a high-reaching Charlie Norton. Throws it quickly back over the timeline up the right side to Vince Slambrook with 11. Up top to Ginzer with 9. Defended by Postma with 8. Ginzer around a screen, driving left with 5. To the corner on his snip with 4. Up top on the drive, leaning away from the defender. Heaved up at the basket, or at the buzzer by Norton. Off the mark. That'll do it for the first. You hear the Jenison crowd. A good start for them. The Wildcats looking to pull the all-time upset. They lead it on their home floor, 12-11 after 1. We're going to step aside. Be right back here on Game Night from Jenison in March on MGN.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters. Cornerstone University.
The professors are...
Cornerstone University.
The professors...
Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Expert.
Welcome back to Jenison. The Wildcats with the basketball in the lead after 1 here. District 7 quarterfinal. And a little bit of a shocker so far here as the Wildcats have come back to lead the Bulldogs by 1. They've got all the momentum right now as well as part of this run back. Chatfield gives left wing to Snip. Onto the left corner to Ben Slambrook. Drives the baseline. Elevates on Regnerus. Hangs in the air. Left-hand layup. Off the window. Good for Ben Slambrook. He's got 4. And the Wildcats lead by 3. 14-11.
I think Regnerus is kind of letting off a little bit, and it might be his hand. I'm unsure why.
Regnerus off the drive. Jump pass. Right wing Heckman. Back Regnerus to the right block. Spin move. Leaner with the left. Falls short. Rebound back to the way. Sprinting up the left side of the floor with Pierce Ginzer. Ginzer with 7:20. Drives on Wade. Gets fouled by Wade.
So on the floor there.
7:20 to go in the second. Coach Desmond Young out on the floor right now, relaying some things for the Bulldogs. Ryan Wade also barking out some calls right now to his younger brother Carter on the floor. Sanders Sorokin will check in for the Bulldogs. Wade will take a seat.
Jenison is loving this Chatfield and Regnerus matchup right now, and I think we're going to see it most of this game.
Gage Chatfield really, really impressive down low right now, the way that he has played to open things up. Lobbed all the way up top here to Charlie Norton. He'll look to run the offense. Norton drops on the curl to Ginzer. Defended by Sorokin. Skips top of the key to Chatfield. Right wing, Finn Slambrook with 3. With space, the lefty of 3. Off the left side of the rim, no. Rebound down to Sorokin and the Bulldogs. Weaves up the middle of the floor. First minute gone in the second. Sorokin drops for Neves. Around a screen, top of the key. Walks into the 3 to tie. Off the front rim, no. Rebound, Regnerus. He's grabbed and fouled from behind on the floor. 1 on either team now in the quarter. That call with 6:52 in the first half will get whistled on Chatfield for his first.
Yeah, it was a tough look there. They had 3 Jenison players all around Regnerus there. It's a tough call there. See who was going to get that foul.
Van Elst will come in here for Snip. Baseline right inbound for Heckman. Got into Caden Neves. Neves off the drive, stops free throw line, has it poked and stolen by Vince Slambrook. Another steal for the Wildcats. Left corner for Norton. Defended by Highbore, up top for Ginzer. 6:40 to go in the second. Skip pass, top of the key, Chatfield. Works the pivot foot, drives down the right side of the lane on Regnerus. Jump stop, leans away, another travel on Chatfield. Second time that he shuffled the feet on the stop-up move down low against Regnerus. Dogs take it back with 6.5 in the second.
Big thing we talked about at the beginning of the game is pace, and we haven't seen much opportunities for a quick fast break, but when they do, it slows it down for Jenison.
Sorokin, top of the key, drops it for Regnerus, gets it back on the handoff, defended by Ginzer. Physical play off the ball between Regnerus and Chatfield. Nice move by Sorokin. Jump stop in the lane. Teardrop. Rattles out. No good. A good move, but couldn't get the finish. The Wildcats back to the way with Van Elst. Pull-up shot. Free throw line. Splash. Right down the hatch for Van Elst. And a 5-point lead for the Wildcats. 2 minutes gone in the second.
That was a quick shot there, and it looks like just everything is going right for Jenison right now, and everything is going in.
Pierce Ginzer will pick up a foul right here. Second of the quarter on the Wildcats. With 6:01 to go in the frame. That's the second also on Ginzer. Grandville will check DeYoung in for Corbin Heckman. We'll see some subs as well as Chatfield will take a seat for the Wildcats, and Connor Householder comes back out for the Wildcats. Home white jerseys for Jenison, and a home environment that's charged up for the 2-win Jenison squad, looking for a little bit of a statement upset against their crosstown rival here tonight. Handoff for Neves, right wing. 5-point lead for the Wildcats in the district quarterfinal. Neves, stutter step, lost the basketball straight away to Norton. Drives to the basket, shot swatted by Highbore. Rebound Norton, floater short, rebound DeYoung. Back to the way, here come the Bulldogs and Sorokin. Runs it up the right side of the floor with 5:40 and less in the second. To the corner. Tipped away by Ginzer, then redirects off of Sorokin out of bounds. It's another Grandville turnover. Neves will take a seat, and Vanderhart will come on for Coach Young.
Yeah, I mean, that foul earlier, I'm kind of surprised that they called it.
Just before the inbound, it looks like a timeout. Gets whistled in on the floor, called by the Bulldogs. We're going to step aside and be right back here from Jenison.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
All right, welcome back to Jenison. Nate Aiden with you here on game night. A little bit of a surprise in this one right now. 16-11, Jenison on their home floor. A 5-point lead here over the Bulldogs, and they've been on quite the run since the middle point of the first quarter. Pierce Ginzer defended top of the key by DeYoung. Nice pass to a pair of defenders to Norton. Up top, Vince Slambrook with space. Tries a three, hits it. Right down the hatch for Vince Slambrook. And like that, the Wildcats now lead it by 8.
I'm going to be honest there, Jenison is finding those impossible passes, and they are getting them in there. It feels like every single time they can get them there.
Sorokin around a screen, stops, pops a shot mid-range, rolls out, rebound Householder. Grandville cannot get anything to go. 3 minutes gone, second quarter, and the Wildcats up by 8.
Yeah, Jenison's doing a great job by getting this defense scrambling.
Norton feeds right corner to Ginzer, crossover dribble. Turned off and cut off at the right block. He'll take it back out, hand off for Householder. Householder fakes a handoff to Ginzer, spins to the basket, up fake, leans on Regnerus. Right hand shot swatted by Regnerus. Board down to Cam, given on to Sorokin. Left corner for DeYoung. DeYoung drives and gets grabbed by Vince Slambrook on his run towards the basket as he got stopped up with the left. 4:38 in the second. Baseline left inbound coming up here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I don't know what they're booing about there. That was a clear foul. That was pretty easy to see. He's trying to make a comment about how, he got wrapped up. No, he clearly grabbed.
That's the second foul on Vince Lambrook, third on the team. Ginzer will take a seat right here as Jordan Snip is brought back out. Left wing Sorokin poked away by Snip, out of bounds. Stays with Grandville, but the Bulldogs offense just continues to have nowhere to breathe as Jenison's come out with as much energy as this Wildcats team has played with all year long. Householder will take a seat. Chatfield comes in. Remember, Jenison actually led at the half against Rockford in their second game of the year. So the OK Red champions did struggle the Wildcats. They can play a scrappy, tough style. They're doing it here on their home floor. Sorokin handoff for Vanderhart to the top of the key. Stops the sophomore, looks at the basket, launches a three. Off the right side of the rim, no. Rebound down to the Bulldogs. Sorokin, angle drive, jump stop, floater. Nice move. Off the back rim, no. Sorokin's made some good moves, but just can't get the finish right now. 4 minutes to go in the second.
Granville cannot get anything to fall right now, and that's what's hurting them the most.
Van Elst right corner, defended by Sorokin. Right elbow onto Chatfield, turns the back on Regnerus, backs into the paint, up fake. Gives a two-hand pass right corner to Norton, defended by DeYoung around a Chatfield screen. Norton, angle drive, jump pass, left wing Vince Lambrook. Leading scorer in the ball game was 7, Chris Vince Lambrook. Will back it out with 3:50 in the second. Hands it off there for Charlie Norton. Norton hesitates, angle drive, right corner pass, and a foul whistled on the Bulldogs, their second of the quarter right here. That one goes on Jackson DeYoung. 3:46 in the second, and that is foul number 3 on DeYoung. He'll stay out there for the time being as we will see the Wildcats go to their bench right here more. Inbound, lobbed onto Norton. Handoff, right corner. Off the curl and the stop. Skip back on to Norton. Nice find. Leaning to the basket. Left-hand shot strong. Rebound Cam Regnerus. Dogs will take it with 3.5 in the second.
Just about got that one in. Just bounced out. Great defense by the Bulldogs.
DeYoung drops for Hybor. Stutter step behind the back dribble. Euro to the lane and fouled on the floor is Hybor. 4th foul of the quarter on the Wildcats. Jenison's physicality, it's cost him a couple fouls, but for the most part, it's worked out more than it has not. Granville's offense completely out of rhythm. A lot of steals. That fouled the first.
They're going to call it on number 1, I think.
Well, they whistled it on Ginzer, who was off the floor. It should be on Norton. I don't quite know what the subs are being made right there. It is whistled on the board as if it's on Ginzer. Lob pass inside to Regnerus. He takes it strong to the basket. Gets grabbed from all angles, and Cam will be on his way to the stripe right here in the bonus. 3:26 to go in the second. Second foul on Gage Chatfield.
Foul trouble before the first half ends is going to be a tough thing for Jenison to navigate going into the second half.
First free throw, Regnerus right down the hatch and good. Grandville finally back on the board. By the way, a 24-9 big lead after the first quarter for Hudsonville over Wyoming. If you're wondering where the other half of this District 7 going right now, that game also is live right here on Michigan Sports Radio. Second free throw, good for Regnerus, able to hit them both right there, looking a little bit more confident with the stroke than the last time he was up at the line. Grandville extends some pressure into the three-quarter court as Jackson DeYoung follows Pierce Ginzer over the timeline. 3:20 to go in the second. 6-point lead for the Wildcats. Van Elst right wing. Up top for Householder. Defended by Cam Regnerus. Arms spread wide. Drops it on the handoff for Ginzer. Ginzer hesitates. Shot from 18 feet blocked away by Jackson DeYoung, who will take it for the Bulldogs. 3 minutes to go. Throws it left side, Sorokin. Left corner for Hybor. Down to the left block to Regnerus. Power dribble. Backs into Householder. Lost and regathers the basketball. Regnerus thinks about a mid-range jumper. Hands up top to DeYoung. Off the drive. Trick. Down to the floor he goes. And Jackson DeYoung will go to the line for 2 right here. 2:49 in the second. 19-13 Jenison.
Looks like they might get number 1 McBride for that one. Or excuse me, Ginzer for that one.
And they do. That is on Ginzer. That is going to be his 3rd foul. Likely be taking a seat right here with Norton and Vince Lambrook set to check in. Physical defensive approach from the Wildcats. It has worked. The only problem is, like you said, a lot of first half foul trouble on the way. First free throw rattles down good for Jackson DeYoung. He now has 4 in the ball game. Hit a 3 back in the first quarter. Grandville with a chance to close in a little bit more right here. Currently trailing by 5. 2:49 to go in the second.
Yeah, and, you know, Jenison seems like they've got everything going right. Grandville needs to secure that ball. That ball security is what's getting them.
Second free throw off the mark. Rebound, though, down to the Bulldogs. And Vanderhart feeds left block. Regnerus turns, leans away from Householder. Gets fouled with a right-hand shot on the way. And Regnerus will go back to the stripe right away for the Bulldogs. That one's the second on Householder as Cam goes to work.
Yeah, five fouls. I mean, we see it now. It's 5 fouls. You get to the line. It's not no more 1-and-1. That's going to be a great thing for Grandville if they can make their shots.
First free throw, though, is short for Cam Regnerus, who continues to struggle a bit at the line and in general in this ball game. Second free throw, Regnerus is right down the hatch and good. Grandville pulls the lead down to 4. Regnerus has 4 in the game.
We're seeing a full court press there now a little bit.
Jackson DeYoung shadowing Norton over the timeline. Norton will call out the horn set right here, top of the key, and reset the offense with 2.5. Skip pass, left corner of Slambrook. Baseline drive, jumping pass, right wing. Spin to the top of the key. Drops it for Van Elst. Van Elst backs it out. 2:20 and less to go. Feeds right wing on to Householder. Householder working the pivot foot. Put the ball on the floor. Down on the floor went Cam Regnerus. Regnerus trips up Householder there off the crossover. Foul was called. That'll be the third of the quarter on the Bulldogs. 2:14 to go in the second. That's foul 2 on Regnerus. Here comes Snip for the Wildcats. Here comes Connolly for the Bulldogs, as Gibby Connolly will be coming in for Cam Regnerus off that second foul.
Yeah, those fouls are really going to get them before the first half. Sounds like they didn't check in.
I think that was a Snip for the Wildcats now getting set. He'll be the one to inbound here from baseline right. Throws right corner on to Van Slambrook. Looks at the basket. Pass tipped away but gathered. Short right corner by Householder. Turns the shoulder. Extra pass. Right corner. 3 on the way. Snip rattles out. Board down to a running Xander Sorokin. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Jenison by 4. Sorokin hands it off for Hybor. Hybor, step back move, top of the key. Throws a 2-hand pass, right wing to Sorokin, settles it down, reaching around Jordan Snip. Sorokin to the corner. Snip staying with him. Snip reaches and steals it away. Snip running to the basket. Reaching layup around. Hybor is short. Chase to the ball. Up top to Van Elst. He loses it on to Vanderhart, and Grandville gets the basketball. 1.5 to go in the second.
You can see Grandville's coach there not happy. That was a pretty physical move to get that ball away.
Hybor, top of the key around a screen, followed there by Norton. Drops it for Xander Sorokin. Sorokin curls, left corner, Vanderhart, triple try. Missed it all strong. Rebound Connolly, put back strong as well. And now the board down of Van Slambrook and the Wildcats. Final 1:15 of the second.
Yeah, nothing's falling right now, and that's something that they're going to talk about in the locker room going into half.
Van Slambrook reaching layup around a defender. Hangs on the back rim and falls. He's got 9, and the Wildcats lead at 21-15.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm interested to see what's going to happen in that locker room at half for these Bulldogs.
Sorokin mid-range pull from the free throw line off the right side of the rim, no good. Snip up top for Norton with 47 seconds. Norton, left wing, tries a long 2, splash! Right down the hatch from Norton.
Norton can put up any shot right now, and it is just going to fall. It's insane if you were watching right now how contested that shot was. He still got it up and in.
29 seconds to go, 23-15. Left corner with space. Sorokin, shot off the front rim, no good. Rebound out of bounds. Xander Sorokin really fighting it for Grandville offensively. Pierce Ginzer set to check back in as the Jenison faithful are fired up. Boston Postma will come in here for the Bulldogs and for Xander Sorokin.
Lots of subs going, 22.9 remaining, and Jenison's got the lead and the ball. It's going to, hopefully, they're going to probably hang on to it going into half, keep that momentum.
Charlie Norton with 17 seconds will set up to likely hold for the final shot. Drops it there on the curl left wing to Ginzer. He'll hand it off for Van Slambrook. Weaves it back on to Norton. Nearly poked away by Jackson DeYoung with 7 seconds. Norton with 5 around a screen with 4. Norton, right wing 3. At the buzzer, off the back rim, no. And we go to the half. 23-15 Jenison. Their home crowd loving it. They're looking to pull the upset on district quarterfinal night. We go on to our Farmers Insurance halftime show. A lot to work on for the Grandville coaching staff right now in the locker room, Aiden.
Yeah, Grandville, their problems are with their ball security. Ball security has been a main thing that has not gone well for them, besides the shots that aren't falling. But Jenison's just kept knocking away, and getting those fast breaks, which turn into easy points.
All right, we're going to step aside here on our Farmers Insurance halftime show. When we come back, we'll have some scoring. We'll have a replay as well to look back to from the first half of this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here from Jenison. The Wildcats, 23-15, lead the Bulldogs at the break.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Expert.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
All right, welcome back here. Nate Dreyer, Aiden Lynch Show. Rejoin me here in just a second. Just quickly working our way back through our Farmers Insurance halftime show. 23-15, surprising lead certainly for Jenison at the break. They're on their home floor, and they've made the most of it momentum-wise so far in this one. First half scoring, all being led by the big 9 points for Crispin Slambrook. 5 points for Charlie Norton to follow him. Chatfield next up for the Wildcats with 3, and then 2 points both for Ginzer and for Van Alst in terms of scoring in their starting lineup. For scoring, the Bulldogs starting lineup, 4 points, leading the way for a trio of Grandville scorers. Carter Wade, Jackson DeYoung, and Cam Regnerus. Caden Neves has 3 for the Dogs. Colin Highboard did not score for Grandville in the first half. One replay to look back at in the first half. There were some big highlight reel plays, a lot of defense and offense, but this one was a big triple from the Wildcats that they were able to hit right before the end of the half. Sorokin mid-range pull from the free throw line off the right side of the rim, no good. Snip up top for Norton with 47 seconds. Norton, left wing, tries a long 2, splash right down the hatch from. I think actually looking at a long, tough 2 right there. 23-15 though, the score at the break. A lot more to get to. Don't go anywhere. We're right back here on our Farmers Insurance halftime show. Wildcats leading the Bulldogs by a surprising 8 at the break as Grandville's offense has really gone cold and struggled in this one. A lot of turnovers for Grandville has been a big part of their problem so far in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service,
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
The 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas, the point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back. Wrapping up our Farmers Insurance halftime show. Maybe a little bit of an upset, a little bit of a stunner brewing here at Jenison, 23-15. The Wildcats leading the Bulldogs at the half. Nate Dreyer, Aiden Lynch with you here this evening. I mean, you're just saying it off the air. I mean, there's a lot of things you could have drawn up to see in this game, but certainly this is not it. Grandville, their shots are there, just not falling. A lot of bad turnovers as well. Just a combination of all the things that make up an upset right now starting to brew.
Yeah, we were talking off air, and it is just something that I would never have predicted is what is going on right here. Grandville, their shots are there. They're always right there. They're hitting the rim. They're almost bouncing in. They're just not going in. And then Jenison, they've got everything's hitting. Everything they're shooting, no matter if it's contested or not, is just going in, it seems like.
And despite that, they've only scored 23 in the first half. It was a sloppy and a mostly low-paced game, even with both teams trying to run a lot. The offense has got a little bit stopped up from point to point, and we are ready to go with the second half. Grandville traveling Maroons, home whites for the Wildcats. The Bulldogs will start the second half with the ball. Lineups that open the ball game will open the second half here for both Coach Paez and Coach Desmond Young.
Jenison just needs to keep up their momentum here.
Got a whistle in from one of the officials, getting one last word set. Now we are underway. Carter Wade, the Bulldog freshman who had the first 2 points of the game, will open up the offense here for the Dogs. Running into the left-hand corner of the basketball. Goes back to the wing, top of the key, Wade, stutter step, drops for Neves. Tries a deep three, off the front of the rim, no, and the rebound down to Norton and the Wildcats. They're off and running.
Yeah, if that shot went in, that would have brought it way back for Grandville and gave him a chance.
Then Slambrook, top of the key, feeding Norton right wing, defended here by the arms spread wide by Highbore. Right elbow, Chatfield, backing into Regneris, works the power dribble, up fake, hook shot, no, rebound, Chatfield, reverse layup, no, grabs his own rebound, right hand shot, rolls out, but a foul will send Chatfield to the line. Got 3 chances on that one, and Chatfield able to cash in with a foul and a trip to the line on the third. That is the 3rd foul on Cam Regneris.
That is something you can't have if you're Grandville. 3 offensive rebounds in a row is too much, and then you get a foul off of it, sending him to the line for an easy 2 points, essentially. Well, easy 1 point.
Maybe not. He missed the first one here for Chatfield at the stripe, and such a big point as well. That 3rd foul on Cam Regneris. He will stay out there for the time being. Second one for Chatfield is good. Able to hit 1 of 2 at the stripe. Chatfield now up to 4 points in the ball game.
First points of the half go to Jenison, so we'll see what happens there.
DeYoung, top of the key, drops it on the weave for Highboard. Down the right side of the lane, feeds right corner. Wade with space, tries a 3. Off the back rim, no. Rebound to a high-reaching Chatfield, taking away from Regneris and Neves.
I'm excited to see Chatfield's stats at the end of the game. He is doing great for this Jenison team tonight.
Van Elst, right wing, defended man-to-man by Carter Wade. Throws it left wing to Norton, working the jab step. 2-hand pass, left corner to Ginzer. Ginzer curls to the wing, picked up defensively by DeYoung, drops it just to his left side to Chatfield, backs all the way to the basket, lost the basketball, regathers right block, turns on the pivot, left-hand shot over top of Regneris, rattles out but a board down to Colin Highbore. Grandville will take it with 6:35 to go in the third. Back the other way quickly DeYoung, lobbing Regneris from behind. Chatfield pokes it out of bounds at the block. Grandville keeps it along the baseline. Minute and a half gone in the third. 9-point lead for the Wildcats.
Yeah, if you're Chatfield, you're trying to stay smart here with how well you're playing. You can't get those easy fouls. You're going to try to poke it out and try to keep it there.
24-15, the Wildcat advantage. Wade throwing all the way in to Regneris. Across the floor right side to DeYoung. DeYoung left wing to Wade. Picked up defensively by Ginzer. Freshman Wade on sophomore Ginzer. Spins to the elbow. Step back move. Feeds up top for DeYoung. Works the pivot. 2-hand pass. Right wing to Neves. He'll direct some traffic. Neves off the pivot. Spinning. Curls around to Regneris. Screen top of the key. Neves drives. Floater. Off the window. No. Rebound snagged by Regneris. Settled down by Neves. Clutches. Right hand shot. Good for Caden Neves. He's back down the score sheet. He leads Grandville in scoring with 5, and the Bulldogs have brought it to 24-17.
Let's hope that brings Grandville back into it and get them a stop on defense here.
Chatfield, right corner to Norton. Starts a left-hand dribble around a screen to the free throw line. Throws to Ginzer, left corner onto Vince Slambrook. Off a jab, enters the lane. Leaning on Neves, right-hand shot swatted by Neves. Running the other way, Jackson DeYoung. Drops for Neves. Euro to the basket, right hand off the window and good. Back-to-back baskets for Caden Neves. He has now got 7, and the Bulldogs are within 5.
That's the stop they needed, and it brings them back into momentum.
5.5 to go, third quarter. Vince Slambrook down the right side of the lane, getting free around DeYoung. 2-hand shot, Vince Slambrook is good, and he's able to answer right back and gets to be the first player into double digits in the ball game.
It's like we'll see Chatfield go out here in a second, calling to his coach that he needs one. So it'll be an interesting matchup for who comes in.
Wade pull up shot in the lane, off the back rim, no. Rebound to Regneris. Up top for Highbore, swings right wing DeYoung. To the right corner, Wade with space, tries a 3, off the back rim, no. Board to Neves, power dribble, turns, right hand shot, good, and a foul for Caden Neves. Muscles it in.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why Van Elst is kind of putting his hands up, acting like he doesn't know what he did. Clear shot to the head gives Grandville another chance to get it closer and closer. And I feel like we're going to see a lot of alternating shots here tonight.
All right, that's the third foul on Van Elst. He and Chatfield take a seat as Householder comes in along with Jordan Snip for the Wildcats. At the line, Caden Neves, what a start to the half he's had for the Bulldogs. Bends the knees, right hand free throw. Rattles out, no good. Remains a 5-point lead for the Wildcats.
Yeah, if only that last shot went in, they're just a little bit closer to getting those points back.
Van Slambrook whip pass through the hands of Householder, stolen by Wade up the middle of the floor. No look pass to Regneris into the paint, left corner, catch and shoot three. High bar off the right side of the rim, no. Rebound down to Ginzer. He'll be pressured in the full court here by Jackson DeYoung. Throws it right side to Norton, restarts the offense. 4.5 to go, third quarter, 26-21 Jenison.
Yeah, we're talking about speed. Looking over at Jenison's bench, their coach is telling them slow down. We've got the lead. We want to keep the lead. Keep it slow.
Snip, skip pass, right elbow, Householder to the right corner of Van Slambrook. Looks at the basket, starts a left-hand dribble to the right wing. Picked up defensively by Highbor, crosses, Van Slambrook, jump stop, leaner, over top of Highbor, no. Rebound, batted around, taken by Caden Neves. Throws it behind the defense to Wade, to the basket, right-hand shot around, Snip is good, and a foul.
2 and 1s in a row for Grandville. Doesn't help Jenison. Grandville getting back up there. They're going to get even closer to getting those points back that they need.
Tough one right there from Carter Wade, the Bulldog freshman. Second foul on Ginzer. Wade with one more at the stripe. The Bulldogs within a score with 4:02 to go in the third. The freshman pounds the rock a couple times, spins it, stares at the basket, right-hand free throw, good for Wade. Hit it, Grandville down just 2 right now.
See Chatfield coming back in here. It's like
Vanderhart will also come in for the Bulldogs as Highbor takes a seat. Householder taking a seat for Chatfield. And Jenison will take it back here with Norton. 4 minutes to go in the third. The Dogs have brought it within a couple right here.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more of a full court press from DeYoung there. Just him solo. See what happens there. 2-2-1.
Then Slambrook, right wing for Norton. Low dribbles defended by Vanderhart around the screen to the top of the key. Spins down the right side. Norton feeds right corner with 2 hands onto Ginzer. Stutter step into the lane, drops it top of the key for a curling Van Slambrook right wing. Then Slambrook then, as he angles right, gets the timeout called by Coach Paez. The Grandville coaching staff liking what they've seen the last couple minutes. We'll step aside and be right back here from Jenison.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
All right, welcome back to Jenison. 3:35 to go here on March on MGN. Nate Dreyer, Aiden Lynch with you here this evening from Jenison. CT out this week. So a couple games. Aiden, a junior at Hamilton High School, helping me out here. You saw him last year on game night as well a little bit, so really excited to have him with. 2-point game. You're saying, though, it's kind of awkward the way Grandville's come back, because even though they've come back, it doesn't feel like they've fully gotten the momentum. A couple steals mixed in, a couple free throws knocked down, but it hasn't quite been the complete takeover on both ends of the floor we were expecting to see out of Grandville if they were to come back.
Yeah, and I understand Jenison's got home court advantage, but I feel like they are way more amped up and wanting this game. You need to want it in order to win, and I don't feel that vibe coming from Grandville right now. They need to get that up if they're going to want it going into the fourth.
All right. Thrown into Ginzer up top. 3:33 to go in the third. Skip pass, top of the key to Chatfield. Defended here by Camarigneris. Down the left side of the lane, Chatfield turns the back. Spin move, leaning shot off the front rim. Got a soft touch and falls for Gage Chatfield. Tough finish over top of Camarigneris. He's got 6. The lead goes to 4.
Chatfield is a big storyline for Jenison tonight, and we'll talk about that later.
Carter Wade, jump stop, leans, right hand shot, good, and a foul. Carter Wade again. What a night by the freshman. He's got 9 with a chance for more.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of and ones from Grandville, and that's what's going to get them going here. He's got a shot to make it to only a 1-point game.
What a performance by Carter Wade. Looking to be the first Bulldog into double digits right here. Bends the knees, right hand free throw, splash. Grandville down 1. Maybe the game of his season for the freshman. Transferred from Langsburg. Took a while to get into it this year. Had an injury to start the year. And we saw him grow throughout the OK Red season. He's answering the bell right now in this one. Norton to the top of the key. Angles left wing. Nice feed down low. Skip pass. Right corner of Van Slambrook. Steps around Wade. Drives to the basket. Tries to draw the contact. Clutching shot. Misses it all. Blocked around. Out of bounds. Last touched off a leg of a Wildcat. And the Bulldogs take it over with 2:49. Down a point. A chance for Grandville to take the lead here.
Yeah, as I said before, the momentum and the feeling of this gym right now is on Jenison's side.
2:45 to go in the third. Carter Wade will slow it up for the Bulldogs, looking for the lead back. Wade drives baseline, no look pass, right corner DeYoung, steps around a defender, up top Vanderhart, swings left wing to Cam Regnerus, works the drab step. Regnerus up top off the drive. Right hand shot, rolling to the basket. Jackson DeYoung is good, and Grandville has taken the lead.
Yeah, first time they've taken it back tonight for a little while, and it's a great thing because now you can hear that crowd getting it back as we talked about earlier.
2:15 to go. Ginzer looking to answer. Reaches around Regnerus. Left-hand layup is good for Ginzer. And the sophomore then answer to put the Wildcats back on top. 2:05 to go in the third.
I have a good feeling that this might be a back and forth game for the rest of the night.
Pass to the right side, poked and stolen away by Vince Slambrook. Runs up the left side. Vince Slambrook, right wing Norton, toes the line, tries a three. Missed it all strong. Rebound straight into the arms of Jackson DeYoung. 1:51 to go in the third. Feeds Vanderhart over the timeline. Vanderhart, stutter step on Ginzer, top of the key. Tries to drop it for DeYoung. Stolen straight away by Norton. Reaching to the basket. Right hand shot short. Rebound Snip. Reverse layup. Blocked by Vanderhart, but a foul will send Jordan Snip to the stripe.
Great job by Snip there, getting up there with his teammate. You know, you see these teams, when they got a fast break, they're going to stay back a little bit. Snip right there, grabbed the rebound, and that made him able to get that foul drawn.
First foul on Vanderhart. 1 point lead here for the Wildcats, and Snip at the stripe. Bends the knees, right hand free throw, good. Got the rattle on the first. Householder checks in for Chatfield. Sorokin comes in for Jackson DeYoung.
I feel like this is a little bit more of a low-scoring game going into the fourth here, almost to the fourth. You don't see this much.
One more for Snip at the stripe. Off the front rim, no. Leaping rebound down to Xander Sorokin. He's pressured in the backcourt here by Snip. Trying to stay with him. Behind the back dribble for Sorokin. Takes it over the timeline with 90 seconds to go in the third. Grandville down 2. Handoff for Wade, top of the key. Wade crosses. Jump pass. Sorokin left wing. Off the drive. Drops it off top of the key for Vanderhart. Left corner on to Wade. Jab step move. Keeps the dribble into the wing. Trying to feed Regnerus. Stolen away by Householder on the floor. Gave it back away to Regnerus. And Regnerus is poked and fouled from behind. I think they'll get Snip for the fourth of the quarter on the Wildcats. 1:14 to go in the third. That is on Snip. That's his fourth. He'll take a seat. Van Elst will come in.
Yeah, I have a feeling we won't see Snip until last minutes of the fourth, but great job by him by almost getting that ball out.
Baseline left inbound right underneath us here in our broadcast position. Vanderhart lobs in left wing to Cam Regnerus. Poked by Householder and fouled from behind by Householder. That will send Cam Regnerus to the line. He can tie the game at the stripe.
Yeah, and we talked about at the beginning what these refs might do. Honestly, it's been kind of iffy. I still can't get to how they're going to let them play this game because they've been calling everything and they've been calling nothing. So it's kind of interesting to see here.
First free throw from Regnerus is good, and he can tie it with his second. I think the one standout point to that has especially been there's been a lot of physical wrestling, but anytime there's been a poking attempt for a steal outside of a couple, I guess, we've mostly seen those called. Second one, Regnerus rolls out, no good. Jenison keeps the lead. And a foul goes on the Bulldogs as Householder got sent down to the floor. That'll be the third of the quarter on the Dogs. Let's see who this goes on in that wrestle. It's going to be on Caden Neves for his first. 1:07 to go in the third. It'll be Boston Postma shadowing Pierce Ginzer in the backcourt right here.
Yeah, that was a great job by them to draw that foul on that box out, but Grandville needs to watch that a little bit.
Householder lobs right block to Norton, curls to the right corner. Around a screen, Norton working a left-hand dribble with 53 seconds to go in the third. Norton drops Van Elst right corner. The left-hand dribble wrapped on defensively by Sorokin. Left wing for Ginzer. Ginzer jabs, gets grabbed and fouled by Boston Postma. Fourth of the quarter on the Bulldogs. They have no more to give after that. 42 seconds to go in the third. 31-30 Jenison.
That was a great quick foul call there onto the Bulldogs, and it's going to get him.
Gibson Connolly will come in for Cam Regnerus, who will get likely what will be his last rest of this ball game right here for the final 40 seconds of the third and through the halftime break, or the third quarter break. Ginzer, left wing, throws left corner with space. Norton tries a three, missed it short. Rebound through the hands of Householder, taken by Postma with 35 seconds. Grandville can take the lead on the possession. Postma up top, Sorokin. Sorokin with the left-hand dribble, angles to the left wing, jump stop, lob pass. Connolly turns the back, leaning shot strong. Board ripped down out of there by Charlie Norton. He'll run it up the floor. Norton curling with 19 seconds over the timeline to the left wing.
For a shorter guy, that was a great rebound by him.
Ginzer gets the ball, stands on the Jenison logo at half court, starts the dribble with 9. Ginzer to the left wing with 7. Drives to the basket, initiates the contact, gets the call, left-hand flip shot strong, and Pierce Ginzer with 5.4 on the clock will go to the line.
Looks like they might go into each next quarter. I mean, Jenison went into the halftime up leading. Looks like they might go into the fourth leading as well. 2 quarters in a row that they keep the lead. It's going to be a tough one for Grandville.
Free throw up and good. That one is the second on Vanderhart as Ginzer is able to get his 5th point of the game to fall right here. Wade and Hybor set to come in for the Grandville offense right here. Sorokin and Postma take a seat for the final 5 seconds of the third. One more at the stripe coming up for Ginzer.
They put Burks in there for the Wildcats there as well. Quick last-minute change.
Left-hand shot, Ginzer is good. Hit that one with a splashdown. 3-point lead. The Bulldogs will take it with 5.4. Hook up the floor. Vanderhart lost the handle off his foot, out of bounds. 1.9 on the clock, and it'll go back the other way with Jenison. Wildcats make some substitutions. Has heard about Jeremiah Burks coming on for the first time. He'll take a seat right away as Van Elst comes back in with 1.9. Final inbound right here.
I think it's a smart move by Jenison. Van Elst is a good passer, as we just saw right there.
Lobbed all the way down the floor. Picked off by Connolly. Connolly threw up a shot at the end of the quarter from 3/4 court. He was bumped into as he shot it. No foul called. That'll do it for the third. 1 quarter to go. Jenison by 3. Can Grandville avoid the upset and save their season? We'll find out right after this.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
You can feel confident choosing Farmers, which means a black cat doesn't always spell bad news.
What about a gang of them?
Actually, a group of cats is called a clouder. Isn't that right, tough guy?
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, Nate Naden, welcome back here to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and the MGN Radio Plus Game Center. What a start to March on MGN. Grandville 15-7 on the year, trying to fight off on the road an upset attempt from 2-20 Jenison. The Wildcats have led since really the midway point of the first quarter. Outside of one quick lead, the Bulldogs held in third, and they lead it by 3 going to the final frame. Vince Slambrook, left wing with 11 points. He leads all scores. Off the drive, spins, hangs in the air, left-hand shot, off the window, good. Crafty finish from Vince Slambrook.
Something we talked about earlier, we haven't touched base on, Ragnaris. It looks like his hand's okay, and it looks like it's going to help him for the rest of the game, keeping that injury away.
Wade paddles it right wing to Caden Neves. Neves will back it out right wing, feeds up top on the flip to Hybor. Left wing, Cam Ragnaris. Ragnaris off the drive, run into and fouled on the reach by Householder. 7:29 in the fourth. First of the quarter on the Wildcats, and the fourth on Connor Householder. He'll take a seat as Chatfield comes in here.
We talked about in the first half, some of that foul trouble going into the first half. We're going to start seeing it here going into the fourth quarter, how it's going to play out.
Baseline left inbound underneath the offensive hoop for the Bulldogs. Wade lobs in left wing to Cam Ragnaris. Drops on the curl to Wade. Wade driving to the basket. Pull up from 8 feet. Too strong. Rebound tipped by Ragnaris into the hands of Vince Slambrook. Here comes Ginzer and the Wildcats with 40 seconds gone in the final quarter.
I think Jenison's going to start playing a slower game here when they get those easy rebounds.
Ginzer to the top of the key. Throws left corner to Norton with a 5-point lead for the Wildcats. Defended by Colin Hybor. Across the screen, top of the key. Norton spins to the basket. Got an open shot. Clutches. Scores to the right. Jenison by 7.
Jenison's just finding those small holes and taking advantage of them.
Wade over the timeline, bumped into by Ginzer. Crosses. Two-hand pass down left block. Ragnaris turns away from Chatfield. Drives and jams with 2 hands.
Surprised, I think, DeYoung there, McBride tried to grab that foul. He didn't get it. It was almost a charge call.
Jenison going to work, 6.5 to go in the fourth. They lead by 5. Chatfield, nice find. Ginzer to the basket, left hand push shot, rattles home for the sophomore.
Great job there by Rigneris, getting to the rim and getting that dunk in.
Rigneris up top this time, looking to drive, banging bodies with Chatfield. Left block, lobs up top to Highbor. A foul called on Chatfield, who was hanging on Rigneris first. Second foul of the quarter on the Wildcats. 6:08 to go in the ball game. And that is foul. Actually, they're going to call the foul on Norton for his second. So it's the second on Norton. It's not on Chatfield's grab of Rigneris right there. 39-32.
That's kind of good for Jenison, not getting him his third foul, but I'm kind of surprised they didn't call it on Chatfield.
Neves to throw in, lobs up top to Cam Rigneris. Rigneris top of the key, crossing on Chatfield, stops at the free throw line. Up top for Wade, thinks about the deep three with an up fake. Now starts the left-hand dribble. Wade curls, filters one to the corner, got tipped out of bounds, and the last touch by the Wildcats stays with Grandville. Baseline left with 5:57 to go. Wildcats 39-32 lead.
Wade almost had a wide open corner shot there, just going to get the pass off.
Carter Wade drives down the right side of the lane, clutches, leaning off the window, over top of Ginzer and good. Tough finish for Carter Wade. He's got 12. Coach Young wants a timeout and takes his timeout right away. 39-34 Jenison. Attention all golfers. Want to keep your game in shape? The Leaderboard Indoor Golf has you covered with over 500 courses, a full bar, and 17 TVs. The Leaderboard Indoor Golf is the perfect place to work on your game, host events and parties, and compete in leagues. Visit theleaderboardgolf.com or call 616-500-8709 to book your tee time today. 5:49 to go. We'll stay with you through the break. 39-34. It seemed like Grandville finally had some of that momentum, some of that scoring burst down at the end of the third quarter, but Jenison offensively coming out and knocking down a ton of really tough shots to open things up here in the final frame.
Yeah, and it just seems like Jenison's they're finding those small little openings to get up in there and get a quick shot off. Grandville, they're getting their shots off and they're starting to make them. They're just not going as fast as they should be. It's a lot of pace problems that we might see here.
All right, 5-point lead for the Wildcats. Grandville traveling maroon uniforms, home whites for Jenison. Cats and Coach Paez will break it out right here.
Another thing about pace, Jenison's coach, I can see it. I have been seeing it. Slow down. They're telling Jenison to slow down. They've got the lead. Once they go too fast, it's going to go off.
Grandville going to bring some full court man-to-man pressure on this Wildcat inbound. Ginzer trapped up along his own baseline, defended here by Carter Wade. Ginzer crossing to the right side of the floor, looking to blow over the timeline, able to do so with the left-hand dribble. Ginzer into the paint, underhand handoff, left wing for Van Elst. Van Elst has it nearly stripped by DeYoung, rips it away, feeds up top here for Ginzer to curl off. 5.5 to go in the fourth. 5-point lead for the Wildcats. Van Slambrook, left wing, left baseline drive, jump stop, whip pass, right corner Norton, catch and shoot three. Off the front rim, no. Rebound down to Carter Wade. 5:20 to go in the fourth. 5-point lead for the Wildcats.
Yeah, if only that shot fell. That was a great baseline pass. Almost picture perfect.
Carter Wade, left wing, lobs it down left block to Rigneris, turns the back on Chatfield, gave a shoulder, spinning, works the pivot, right hand shot short, rebound Rigneris, put back, over top of Chatfield, too strong, rebound paddled by Neves into the hands of Chatfield. Norton is off and running. Norton angles down towards the basket, cut off right block by Highboard, feeds for Ginzer, jump stop, left hand shot blocked out of bounds by Rigneris. 4:50 to go in the fourth, 39-34 Wildcats.
And I understand you got a little bit of a fast break there, but Grandville clearly beat them down. You're going to want to reset on that, and they should have there. They didn't. That's what got the ball knocked out of bounds.
Ginzer, left corner. Van Slambrook looks at the basket, tries a three. Good. Chris Van Slambrook again for the Wildcats. They lead it by 8.
8 can easily come 10, and that's where Jenison is going to be most comfortable here.
16 now for Van Slambrook. Wade driving to the basket on the floor. Ginzer went down, tripped up Wade, and Ginzer will pick up the foul.
Yeah, it looked like Ginzer was trying to catch the charge there. He's on the ground for a minute before they called it.
That is the fourth on Ginzer. Coach Paez getting a bit of an explanation from the back official on the call. Baseline right inbound for Jackson DeYoung. 4.5 to go in the fourth. 42-34.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Ginzer did try to sell that pretty well, and if I'm Jenison's coach, I'm going to try to argue it with how well my player went and sold that.
Baseline right inbound, set up here for Jackson DeYoung to throw in. DeYoung leaning, throws up top to Highboard, thinks about the quick trigger, gets grabbed on by Norton, no foul called, launches a three off the right side of the rim, no, and the board down again. So heard your reaction to that one.
I'm surprised they didn't call it there. That was a clear grab of the jersey, pulled him even, and nothing called.
Up top, Chatfield, up fake, drives down the left side of the lane, give a shoulder to Regnerus. Left-hand hook shot, falls short, board to Regnerus. Here comes Carter Wade, 4:11 to go, an 8-point lead for the Wildcats. Looking for the upset. Highboard spins into a three, shot falls short, rebound, saved in bounds by Chatfield to Regnerus. Up top to Young, tries the three, off the back of the rim, no. Board to Norton, over the back foul on Caden Neves. No, a foul actually going to be called on, I think, Van Elst on the floor first.
Wow, and you can hear Jenison's reaction. You and I thought it was going to be on Grandville first. We can clearly see that one. Obviously, we missed something, but I'm quite surprised that they called that one on Jenison and not Grandville.
Yes, the foul went on Van Elst on the floor. I think he had a grab of a player really before Neves had gone up on that one. Fourth foul on Van Elst. Snip will come in here for Chatfield. Van Elst will also be taking a seat as Householder's back in. 3:57 to go in the fourth. 8-point lead for the Wildcats. Baseline right inbound. Neves, right wing on for Regnerus. Regnerus spins on Householder. Nice move by Cam. Up fake, right-hand shot off the window and rolls down for Cam Regnerus. That one's good. He's got 9. Coach Young wants another timeout, and he'll get one right here. We'll step aside as well. Be right back.
Was founded based on the belief that the interests of our clients must always come first.
We listen and understand your objectives before making a recommendation.
We customize the portfolio of investments to fit your goals.
It is our commitment to provide a strong line of communication.
Our services include family wealth management, saving for retirement, and estate planning and trust services.
Getting started is as easy as picking up the phone. After all, when everything is said and done, isn't it about time?
It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Struck out with the cheap seats? Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back here to Jenison. Nate Dreyer, Ethan Lynch with you here. It's March on MGN. It's a tough start for the Bulldogs, looking to avoid a very unlikely upset right here on Monday. The 2-20 Wildcats with a 42-36 lead on their home floor. Grandville will bring the full court pressure. This is a 1-2-1-1 diamond and one full court trap coming on here from the Bulldogs. Highboard guarding the inbound. Gotten into Snip, able to rip it away from DeYoung. Snip, pressure coming from behind, still in the backcourt, stopped up, throws it all the way down the floor to Householder. Snagged it, left corner to Norton. Baseline drive, stops at the elbow, feeds down to the cutting Householder. Back out for Norton, right wing with space. Then Slambrook three, off the front rim, no. Rebound down to Vanderhart, 3.5 to go. 42-36, Jenison.
That was a great job by Jenison getting out of that press. That's almost how you draw it up right there, the way they did it.
Regnerus works the pivot, pass to the corner, nearly stolen by Norton, dives in the stands, unable to quite keep that basketball unbounds off the poke. Grandville keeps it right side inbound, 3:20 to go in the ball game. 42-36 Jenison. Carter Wade from the top of the key, lost his footing, no foul call, taken away by Vince Slambrook. Vince Slambrook runs it to the basket, leans on Regnerus, or Highboard, left-hand shot, no good. Board down to Highboard, on for Wade, 3 minutes to go.
Great job by Jenison right here. They're getting Chatfield back in. I think that's a good decision with 3 minutes left.
Highboard swings left wing to Wade. Wade trying to get a pass down low to Regnerus. Starts to dribble. Drives the baseline. Wade reverse layup. Too strong. Rebound tip to the corner. Run two first by Wade. Wade right wing to Young. Tries the three. Off the back of the rim. No. Board left wing came out to Highboard. Lob pass Regnerus left block. Regnerus turns the back. Turns into the lane. Hook shot. Off the back of the rim. No. And a rebound finally ripped out of there by Householder and the Wildcats. Through the pressure, on to Norton, skips right corner to Snip with 2.5 to go.
Yeah, it's a great job. Yeah, you're going to see an intentional foul there. We're probably going to see a lot more of those as we're getting down less and less time. You're going to see a lot of intentional fouls by Grandville, and if it gets close, you're going to see it by Jenison too.
Foul on Vanderhart, his third, but the first on the team, so Grandville still a couple to give here in the fourth quarter. 2:28 to go. Vanderhart will stay in there for the time being. Boston Postma comes in for Cowan Highboard.
That Chatfield matchup is a idea for Jenison if they want to keep this lead.
And Slambrook left corner to Norton. Watched out to the top of the key by Highborg. Curls around him, drives right corner all alone. Then Slambrook 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound down to Highborg. 42-36, 2:13 to go. Grandville the basketball. Looking to save their season. Drive from Wade, off his foot, out of bounds. Jenison basketball. They're starting to feel it here at Camstra Gym.
Yeah, but if I were them, I wouldn't get too cocky. 2:06 remaining, a lot can happen in that time.
Ginzer against the full court pressure, throws it all the way down to Chatfield left block. Lobs right wing to Van Elston up top for Ginzer. Final 2 minutes. Ginzer fouled from behind by Wade. That'll be the second on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and Jenison, they've had multiple wide open three-point opportunities. Grandville is just getting lucky because Grandville's not getting there in time and they're not getting those shots down. So a little bit of both things that both teams can work on.
Third foul on Wade and a timeout from the Jenison bench. As always, we thank we thank Farmers Insurance. That was a bit of a callback. We thank Farmers Insurance along with Centennial Securities for their presenting sponsorship of game night on Michigan Sports Radio. We'll be hearing from them more after the game with our play of the game and winning game plan as well in this one. 1:54 to go, and Grandville trying to save their season. An unlikely upset potentially on the way right here from Jenison. Only 2 wins during this season. And Coach Paez's team has got a chance to make some shockwaves right here on their home floor.
Yeah, a lot of things could happen here in the next 2 minutes. And, you know, I think the crowd is starting to get more into it. I'm watching the 2 student sections here going back and forth at it. But a lot of things can happen in 2 minutes. And Grandville, they need to utilize those next 2 minutes to the best of their ability, even though it's not been going well this whole game.
All right, Caden Neves looks like he's set to check back in here for Grandville. They've been doing a little bit of defense for offense and offense for defense. 1:54 to go, 42-36. A highly unlikely upset right now brewing at Camstra Gym. The Bulldogs will have to pull a miracle.
Got Jenison on their feet. We need Grandville to get back into this. Granville doesn't have the momentum. Momentum can do a lot of things, especially from a crowd.
Van Elst to inbound here for the Wildcats. Got it to Ginzer. Grandville in some half-court trapping pressure. Throws it all the way down into the paint for Norton. Spins to the top of the key. Skip pass. Ginzer, left side, Norton. Here comes the trap. Norton throws it down to the right block for Vince Slambrook. He'll curl it out right wing with it. Watched out there by Regneris. Throws it on to Norton. He then gave it away to Colin Highborg. Highborg, left corner, catch and shoot 3. DeYoung off the front rim, no. Rebound to Chatfield with 90 seconds to go. Grandville back to pressuring. Ginzer in the backcourt. Trapped up by DeYoung. Skips right side to Chatfield. On the floor, he and Regneris diving, and they give a quick timeout to Coach Paez. As down on the floor went Chatfield and Regneris. I wasn't sure if you
foul. So as long as you can get that ball off quickly and fast, it'll help you out a lot.
42-36. Grandville, the third place team in the OK Red, a team that beat Hudsonville this season. They beat Unity Christian. They beat Byron Center this year. All en route to that third place finish in one of the toughest leagues in West Michigan. Right now, watching that season have what will be a very premature end, possibly.
I know that there's a difference between college basketball and high school basketball, but you can really tie these playoff games to March Madness. Anything can happen.
That's why we call it March on MGN. Really, anything can and always does happen. Inbound to Norton, got it through the pressure, on for Chatfield, short right corner. Lobs left wing to Vince Slambrook. Jenison keeping the ball away, and now Vince Slambrook is fouled from behind by Cam Regneris. That'll be the third foul on the Bulldogs of the final frame. 1:14 to go. The Wildcats doing an expert job of killing clock right now.
Yeah, they are, and looking at it, Grandville has Colin Haybor. He has 0 fouls. If I were Grandville, I'm using that.
Inbound stolen away by Jackson DeYoung. Takes it to the corner. Step back 3. Off the front rim, no. Board through the hands of Neves. On the floor, chases it down. And a quick timeout is given to Coach Young as Neves went sliding after the ball. We saw it given one way to Jenison. Now it's given back the other way to Grandville on those quick timeouts on the dives for the basketball. 1:05 to go.
Right when I heard that whistle, I was looking, to see if it was either a timeout call or a travel call. It could have been really close there on the edge. They're going to give it to Grandville. Grandville got lucky there. They're going to keep possession of the ball, quick get a draw up, get a good draw up of defense and offense, and get your team out there and let them score.
Well, anything can and will happen in March. It's not quite March yet, but boy, it feels like March right now. And Jenison is looking to pull one of the bigger upsets we've seen in quite some time. 2 wins during the regular season for the Wildcats. The Bulldogs have got it on the inbound. Regnerus down low, jumps and jams with 2 hands. Regnerus able to get the Bulldogs a little bit closer. He's got 11. Full court pressure on Van Elst, and he's grabbed and fouled. That'll be the 4th on the Bulldogs. They have no more fouls to give. 42-38 with 56 seconds even to go.
Regnerus has 4 on him now, it looks like. That's going to be really tough for him. He just got that dunk. Like I said, the crowd needs to get into this. After a great dunk like that and you're not hearing anything, that's what's going to be the tough part for them tonight.
2 fouls now on Neves. Diamond in 1 full court trap right here. DeYoung runs into Ginzer, picks up a foul he did not want to pick up right there, kind of unintentionally. That'll be his 2nd, and it will send the Wildcats to the line. So it now will turn in to a bit of a free throw shooting contest right here for Jenison.
Yeah, and that's something we talked about earlier, and something that we anticipated here. If it gets close like this, it's going to be foul central for both teams.
Ginzer, the lefty, the sophomore at the stripe with 55 seconds to go. Left-hand free throw off the right side of the rim, no good. Sorokin will come in for DeYoung. Offense for defense right here with 55 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and if I'm Jenison, I'm getting your players back with the points you have available to you.
1 more for Ginzer. Left-hand shot, rattles out. Rebound to Neves. 54 seconds to go. Here come the Bulldogs. Xander Sorokin spins right wing. Sorokin to the corner for Hybor. Regnerus left elbow. Regnerus, handoff for Neves. Neves tries the 3. Off the front rim, no. Rebound down to Norton, fouled by Hybor right away with 40 seconds even. Good look from Neves, but he couldn't hit it. Could have completely changed the course of the basketball game.
Hybor will get his first of the entire game there, and that's a good thing for the Bulldogs that they're keeping Regnerus out of foul trouble. Even though he already is in foul trouble with 4.
He is in as much trouble as you can get in right now. 1 more and Cam Regnerus' night is over.
Keeping him from the bench.
Yes, Norton at the stripe right here. Norton bends the knees, right-hand free throw, off the left side of the rim, no good. Wildcats struggling at the line right now, trying to ice this ball game.
These are very crucial points if they want to keep this lead and keep this, I mean, they feel like they've got it secured, but not with this close of a point difference.
1 more for Norton. That one got the friendly touch off the front rim and just falls. Norton now with 8 points. Grandville brings out a unit of Sorokin and Wade in the backcourt on the wing. Hybor and Neves. Regnerus up front. 38 seconds to go. 43-38 Jenison. Right wing skip pass to Wade. Around a Regnerus screen. The freshman tries a 3. Splash! Right down the hatch!
You know, we talk a lot about underclassmen, and that freshman, look what he just did for his team. He just brought it back into a possibility by making it only a 2-point game.
It is a 2-point game as Carter Wade hits a huge triple and gives the Bulldogs a chance. Now, Jenison's foul shooting becomes that much more important. If they don't hit both, it's a 1-score game. Some of the Grandville faithful starting to come to their feet right now as well for the first time. They've been frustrated this evening, but they have life. 43-41 Jenison.
Yeah, there is a little bit of life there, even though we haven't seen it much of the game. I feel like Jenison, even though it's coming close, Jenison's still keeping their fans up. I mean, you've got to when you're Jenison after a 2-20 season. You're going to want some sort of excitement from the crowd for something that was not expected.
What a game by freshman Carter Wade. 15 points, the best game of his Grandville young career. Jenison will inbound against the pressure. 29 seconds on the clock, 43-41. The Bulldogs trail. Jenison trying to ice away the upset. Van Elst to inbound, skips it into Ginzer. Ginzer trapped up, racing away, a double dribble. He got away with it over the timeline. Left wing out to Norton. Top of the key, Van Elst. He now is fouled by Wade with 20.4 on the clock, and that will send Van Elst to the line up 2.
Yeah, and you can really see it from Grandville's bench. They know it's there. Jenison's kind of smiling there. They know they got away with a very big call that could have gone really good for Grandville.
Foul actually going to be called on Highbor, and the free throw is good for Van Alst. That's the big one. Needs one more to make it a two-possession game once again.
And if he does make this one, if I'm Jenison, I would lay off a little bit. You don't want to give him that easy foul.
No good. Off the right side of the rim with 20 seconds to go. Trailing by 3. Here come the Bulldogs. Xander Sorokin up the right side of the floor. Drops it for Carter Wade. Wade around a right near screen, top of the key. Step back 3 to tie. No! Foul will not go. Put back Neves.
And it's an and one.
Caden Neves. Are you kidding me?
That is such a turn of events for Grandville. The and one is what could secure this overtime for this game, and a lot of things can happen, as we've said.
Maybe the moment of the season right there in a year that's been full of them for the Bulldogs. Neves can tie it at the stripe. Are you kidding me?
If he didn't get that rebound, it would have been over. Great job.
Here is the free throw to tie. Right-hand shot. Off the back rim, no. Rebound to Norton with 6 seconds. Norton is fouled with 4.3. Huge miss from Neves. And now the Wildcats. It's going to be a one-score game regardless. Norton goes to the stripe. Third foul on Highbor.
Yeah, that was a crucial shot there. Now we'll see what happens here. I mean, we can see a full court shot. I mean, you've seen it before.
2 at the stripe here for Charlie Norton. Free throw up. Free throw got the rattle and falls. One more for Norton to make it a 3-point game with 4.3.
Jenison's getting their entire team back.
Second one for Norton is good. Hits them both. 3-point game, 4 seconds to go. Here comes Carter Wade with 3. Wade over half court pressured. Spins into a long 2. His foot was on the line. It's good. It's good. It's good.
No, they're waving it off.
His foot was on the line. His foot was on the line. It is no good. The shot is no good. It will not count for 3, I should say. It is not enough. He hit the buzzer beater, Carter Wade, but his foot was on the line. And Grandville has lost. Jenison has survived.
I almost thought that the shot didn't count, but they're going to call it a 2. The refs got off the court immediately. I mean, if I were them, I would too after that, but oh my goodness.
Carter Wade finishes with 17 points. He hit the shot, but his foot was on the line. It rattled home. It doesn't matter. And Jenison has pulled the upset of the season on their home floor. Can you believe it? I certainly cannot. We're going to step aside and be right back to break this one down.
The 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas, the point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Centennial Securities Post-Game Show. Nate Dreyer, Eden Lynch with you. Catching our breaths. Unbelievable. 46-45. Jenison, the upset of the year. Grandville, their freshman, Carter Wade, hit a three at the buzzer to tie, but his right foot just on the line. It only counts for two. And the Bulldogs season ends in stunning fashion on the road here tonight. A look at some of the leading scorers. Carter Wade, an unbelievable night. 17 points for the freshman, leads all scorers. Crispin Slambrook has 16 to lead all Jenison scorers. Look through some of those other key leaders. 11 for Regnerus and 10 for Ginzer. We've got a lot of highlights to look at. Let's take a look at some of them. Let's start by going back to the third quarter. This was Jackson DeYoung the first time. Grandville, the only time in the second half, Grandville was able to grab a lead. It was grabbed right back from him, but DeYoung here was able to take the lead. Pass, right corner DeYoung, steps around a defender. Up top, Vanderhart swings left wing to Cam Regnerus. Works the drab step. Regnerus up top off the drive. Right-hand shot, rolling to the basket. Jackson DeYoung is good, and Grandville has taken the lead. All right, welcome back here, and we'll keep looking through things right now. Let's go to the third quarter. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Let's go to Vin Slambrook with this big triple for Jenison. Looked like it was going to possibly be icing at the time as he hit the big triple.
Dead on that, and they should have there. They didn't. That's what got the ball knocked out of bounds.
Ginzer, left corner. Vin Slambrook looks at the basket, tries a three. Good. Crispin Slambrook again for the Wildcats. They lead it by 8. All right, so now let's take a look at the last couple moments. It seemed over. I mean, it certainly seemed completely over for Grandville. It started with this, a three that looked down, would not go. Caden Neves, a wild flipping putback for the and one. Bulldogs, Xander Sorokin up the right side of the floor. Drops it for Carter Wade. Wade around a Regnerus screen, top of the key. Step back three to tie. Rolls out, will not go. Put back Neves.
And it's an
and one. Caden Neves. And then we'll see how much of the chaos we were able to get. This is the Farmers Insurance play of the game. The shot was good, but it was no good in terms of being able to tie the game. 46-45. Jenison survives despite this final play from Carter Wade. Carter Wade with three. Wade over half court pressured. Spins into a long two. His foot was on the line. It's good. It's good. It's good.
No, they're waving it off.
His foot was on the line. His foot was on. So just to look at some of the chaos, but that is our Farmers Insurance play of the game, as Hayden was just saying to it. And he was right. The Jenison side was waving it off, saying the shot didn't get off in time. But the shot did count. It was just not quite enough. And 46-45, Jenison survives with the upset of the year. That was our Farmers Insurance play of the game. Centennial Securities winning game plan. The defense that Coach Paez drew up, Aiden, the aggressiveness they brought defensively was quite something, and it wound up being the difference.
Yeah, and Grandville could not hold on to that ball for most of the game. Jenison took advantage of that, even through a couple of fouls, you know, and you're going to get that here and there. But they kept stealing that ball and knocking that ball out. That was kind of one of the winning factors for Jenison tonight.
Absolutely, it certainly was. And lastly, Rainbow Grill in Grandville is open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday. They present our Player of the Game award. How about Crispin Slambrook? Led the way offensively for the Wildcats. Just hit big shot after big shot early. Vin Slambrook was amazing tonight.
Not only on offense, but we got to look at him on defense. The matchup of him versus Regnerus, that was one of the picture-perfect matchups. with the way the two were playing, he held his ground and held his own on defense. But yes, on offense, he was getting those balls up, and great job. He even had 3 rebounds in a row at one point to get him to the line.
Yeah, certainly quite the effort. Jenison hangs on. An absolute shocker. You can hear it. The Jenison team back out of their locker room. They get one last bit of applause from all the fans sitting around still after this one. A shocker here tonight in Jenison. And the Wildcats hang on, and they take down the Bulldogs and win this one. All right, what's next here on March on MGM? The game plan was to be at Byron Center for both games of the doubleheader. We also have a Hudsonville and an East Kentwood broadcast team with Michigan Sports Radio. We're going to double-check who's doing what game, what's going on. The game plan is to be at Byron Center on Wednesday. We'll see if that happens. There's a big district also going on at Mona Shores, big district going on at West Ottawa in Division I, and beyond that as well. So we're keeping all those matchups open. Stay tuned at MI Game Night on social media to find out exactly where we're going to be. But regardless, we will have a doubleheader of action on March on MGN. On Wednesday, we'll have a finals action as well. So that's still to be announced. The plan is to be at Byron Center, but we'll see exactly what happens. What a night and what a tough close to the season for the Grandville Bulldogs. What a season it was. A lot of highs, but it certainly ends on a low. And also the end of the incredible career for Cam Regneris and the rest of the Grandville seniors. A tough way for it certainly to end. Aiden, thank you for all your work tonight. Great job. See you again on Wednesday for that game coming up. We'll be back on the call for that one, and we'll see everyone else on Wednesday as well. Jenison, the upset of the year on their home floor. The 2-win Wildcats take down the Bulldogs, and they advance. This is what makes it March on MGN. Back Regneris 4. Cam Regneris with 2. Turns to win. Yes! Cam Regneris! Grandville wins!
The ball is tipped, and there you are. You're running for your life. You're a shooting star, and all the years.
Inbound against the pressure, lobbed ahead over the timeline to Gable. Gable strikes to the basket, elevates, slams it down over top of Orbaugh. Oh my goodness, the tomahawk jam over top of the defender.
Up fake, leaning right elbow, skips the right corner to Watson, catch and shoot 3. Splash! Muskegon has taken the lead, 47-46. Justin Watson, another triple. He has 9, 138 in the third, and a big red lead.
Line given on to Titus. Titus angles, pull-up shot for the lead. Good! Brady Titus, a scream to the heavens after he knocks it down.
And the Hudsonville Eagles are state champions for the first time in school history. They mob at center court. Head coach Casey Glass, in his 12th season, has taken the Eagles to the mountaintop. They are state champions.
And it's the ultimate revenge for Tri-Unity. Another state championship for Coach Keeler's squad. The defenders of Tri-Unity Christian, state champions in Division 4. 56-45 the final.
It's more than a contest. It's more